Hello everyone, I'm James Milan. Welcome to this Town Hall update. And as in every other one, we welcome to the studio our town manager, Jim Feeney. Jim, pleasure to see you always.
Happy to be here.
Thanks for making the trek, as I always say. We want to talk about a number of things, of course. We want to talk about the new Arlington Community Electricity contract. We've got town meeting coming up. That's a topic. And there are other upcoming events of interest. We've got a series of them. But I'll let you decide where we should start, Jim.
Sure. Thank you, James. Happy to be here. I think we should start with probably the events of this past weekend. Obviously, we did have quite the reenactment of the Battle of Menotomy on Sunday, and I know ACMi was there in force capturing the event, but what a great event it was. You know, for those who were there, got to experience really a remarkable and moving event that well illustrated the sacrifices made right here in Arlington at the start of the American Revolution. And for those who were there to enjoy the event, please know that really that was a dress rehearsal for next year's hopefully much larger celebration for the semi-quincentennial or 250th anniversary of those events. So we hope that that will be even bigger, even though there were thousands in attendance this year. So just wanted to offer my kudos to Arlington's 250th committee, the Arlington Historical Commission, the various reenactors, attendees, public safety and public works personnel, Armstrong Ambulance, all the folks that made this sort of large and sort of widespread community event a success. You know, special thanks goes to Katie Lusai, our Economic Development Coordinator, and Christine Bongiorno, our Deputy Town Manager for Operations, for their really months and almost years-long effort to sort of bring this really large-scale event to Arlington. And of course, again, a special nod to Leader Bank for sponsoring the event and the activities of what we called Patriots Day weekend. So, yeah, it was the return of the reenactment, really, which had been on hiatus for a little while for obvious reasons. But yes, it was very, very large event compared to others that I've attended, and will only be dwarfed by next year's, right? Yeah, we joked. The British came and they went, but they will be back. So, you know, looking forward to the 250th next year.
Absolutely, and a good dress rehearsal, as you said. So I know that, you know, here we are taping this in the near the end of school vacation week, which is a little breath in some ways for all of us who are still in town. But you really need it because you're coming into a really busy time here, and that starts with town meeting, of course.
Right. Next week begins annual town meeting, Wednesday, April 24th at 8 p.m. We will sort of kick off what we expect to be sort of a weeks-long process to take up all of the town's business as we look to close out this fiscal year and begin the next fiscal year. So town meeting, again, starts on Wednesday, and then will take place on every succeeding Monday and Wednesday from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. until all matters on the warrant are addressed. You know, this year, actually, the annual town meeting warrant only has 66 articles. I say only because Arlington certainly has had some warrants that have had, you know, even more articles.
91 last year, I happen to remember, but anyway,
yeah,
go ahead.
There's always a lot going on in this town, and then we will be holding a special town meeting on May 8th, and there are 5 articles on that warrant. Of course, just want to remind residents that the warrants are available on the town's website, but they have either already been mailed to households in the case of the annual town meeting warrant, and soon will be mailed to all households for the special town meeting warrant, so that residents know what will be getting taken up as the business of the meeting.
All right. Next topic is one I'm personally interested in because I'm one of those households. The ACE, or Arlington Community Electricity contract, has been renewed, I assume. Is that the news here?
That is the case, and it is very exciting news. So, you know, we call it the ACE program, but as you noted, it's Arlington Community Electricity. Our contract will be up towards the end of this calendar year, and we are in the process of finalizing a contract with a new vendor, Direct Energy. And the new term of the contract will start in November of this calendar year, 2024, and run through December of 2027, so a 37-month term. And as part of this new contract, Arlington will be really the first community in the Commonwealth, we're going to be topping the leaderboard for a little while, that achieves sort of 100% local renewable energy as part of its default product within a community choice aggregation program, which is sort of the global name for these types of programs.
So I just want to clarify. Yeah. I know our household happens to be, we have signed up for the 100%. So are you saying that is now what the electricity we'll be getting, at least symbolically, is going to be 100% locally sourced?
That is correct in the New England region. So that will now become our default product. And, aside from this being, sort of monumental that we're achieving, this is really one of the main goals of our net zero action plan. Mm-hmm. And we're going to get there a whole 5 years in advance of our target date. But what's exciting and what we are really trying to capitalize on was sort of the energy market conditions, and the rate that we're going to be securing for all of Arlington's electricity customers for 3 years is actually going to be at least 1 cent cheaper than the current rate we have now. So we're not only are we going to see savings, but we're going to reach an important milestone well in advance of our target date. And even better, Arlington's electricity customers are not going to have to take any further action. So that there'll be automatic transferal, but there will be information going out as the contract term nears expiration. Mm-hmm. To everyone to let them know what options they have to potentially opt down, but also in the case of your household, what options there are now to opt up, given that the default product is already achieving that 100% goal.
Right. We can figure out how to do more for this too. Excellent. Thank you for that very wonderful news. Let's talk about a couple of new hires in town.
Sure. So wanted to take the opportunity to welcome our new Deputy Town Counsel, Jacqueline Munson. She actually started in the month of March, dove right into assisting with all sorts of town meeting business and warrant article hearings, and doing research, performing due diligence, preparing reports, and helping draft motions. So it's great to have her join Mike Cunningham in the legal department. Jacqueline is a wealth of municipal law experience. She comes to us from the city of Boston, where she had served as an assistant corporation counsel. So we are just thrilled to have her here, and she's sort of very excited to join the team.
Right, and busy already. No Indeed. Surprise there, right? And then there's another hire as well?
Sure. So just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge that the 4 new police officers that had been sworn in previously have just completed their 12 weeks of field training with certified field training officers. So they are now sort of going to be out on the streets filling shifts on their own. And those, so congratulations and welcome to Officers Ryan Hood, Caitlin O'Malley, Brett Marifort, and Keith Asanis as they sort of begin their career in law enforcement here in Arlington.
I misspoke, yes, not 1 more hire, 4 more hires. That's great. Good luck to them. So tell us, I know we've got a couple of fairs as well coming up in town. Man, this lots to talk about this week.
Busy place, sure. And we'll segue in terms of the new hires that we just spoke about. If anyone is interested in working in public service or serving as a civil servant, our town and school human resources departments are going to be holding a job fair at Town Hall on April 30th between 2 and 6 p.m. So all are invited and welcome to attend to learn about the various openings in municipal government and within the school district.
Great. And that's not the only fair going on.
Indeed it is not. So on April 28th, we're going to be hosting a Resources and Connections Fair. That will take place in the front lobby of Arlington High School, again on April 28th, from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. There's a number of community partners coming together to make this event possible. So the Arlington Human Services Network, our local Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Division, the Arlington Public Schools are going to be putting on this fair. along with a number of nonprofit organizations in the community. And really the aim is to connect folks, any residents, again, it's free and all are invited to attend, but to identify and connect with resources related to food insecurity, jobs, housing, mental health, education, and more. So really a great opportunity if you're new to the community and want to see what resources are available to you. Please, take the opportunity to come out on the 28th.
Great. I have to congratulate you for rolling right through a long agenda and rolling right into the last item, which is, I hear you're going to pull a truck all by yourself. Is that right? No. The truck, tell us about the truck pull.
Certainly not by myself, but for a number of years now, we've been doing a bit of a competitive fire truck pulling contest in concert with the American Cancer Society as a fundraiser, and that will be taking place again this year. It'll be this Saturday, April 20th, starting at 10 a.m. up at the St. Camillus Church parking lot. So, there'll be an Arlington fire engine up there with a big long rope tied to it, and there's a number of teams that will be competing in a series of heats to get the best time. And I'm, happy that the team I co-captain, Arlington's employee team, called the Rhodes Scholars, because we have a lot of representation from Public Works. We will be there in force to defend our title as we edged out the police department and fire department and other teams last year. So we're looking forward to defending our title in this very fun event. So feel free to come out and watch.
I'm glad I gave you an opportunity to remind your police and fire department.
Like to brag when we can.
All right. I know that brings us to the conclusion of our official agenda. I always want to ask you, is there anything that you'd like to add?
I think that covers it. Thank you, James.
All right. It certainly is more than enough. Okay. I've been speaking with Jim Feeney. He is our town manager for this town hall update. It has been a content-rich one, and we appreciate Jim sharing it with us, and we appreciate you being here for it. We'll see you next time. I'm James Millan.